So, LawBreakers ran an open beta this past weekend on the PS4. I downloaded it because I wanted to try this game out, wanted to see if it was worth $30 when it launches on August 8th. I played around 15 games. I think I got to level 12 in the game. Played around 4 to 5 hours with my buddies. And I'm ready to talk about some of the things I enjoyed about the game and some of the things that I didn't. And if I'm going to pick the game up on August 8th. And also answer the question that a couple people asked me, and that is Xbox missing out by not having this game on their platform? Now, if you guys don't know, LawBreakers is Cliff Bleszinski's newest game, his first since Gears of War 3, and it is a very fast-paced hero shooter. And by hero shooter, I mean kind of like Overwatch. You have very distinct characters. In LawBreakers, you have 7 different characters. Each come with their own set of weapons. Each comes with their own set of abilities. You have 2 abilities and 1 super. So the ability on left bumper is usually a movement ability. Whether you rocket propel yourself or slide along the ground or run really fast, it's usually movement related. The other ability on the right bumper is usually something that you throw, whether a grenade or a knife that reveals people's locations. And your super is time-based. You use it, and then you usually have to wait a minute or so to be able to use again. It's a one-time use type of thing. So the game is very fast-paced, runs at 60 frames. There's a bunch of different modes in the game as well, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the kind of it's calling card, LawBreakers calling card. Its unique thing about it is it features anti-gravity defined combat. So there's sections in the map where a lot of congregation happens, and there'd be an anti-gravity field, which means that you fly in all the different directions and movement speed is increased, and you can get across the map in very fast, very unique different ways that other shooters just don't have. So some of the things I enjoyed about the game is the time to kill. I thought it was just right. It seems that you can start a fight and maybe even get shot first and still survive, which is always cool. So I thought the time to kill was good. I thought the speed at which you moved around the map was great. It's a very competent game. It's also a very fun game. I had a great time playing with it. I even like the fact that you have to pick up health. So you don't regen health, so sometimes you'll get those easy kills from people searching for health packs or health stations. I like that in this game. And that's kind of mainly where, what I like about the game stops. So just to reiterate, I think the game is fun. I had a great time playing with my friends. But some of the negatives are what there's quite a few. So I think the gravity is a gimmick, at least on the PlayStation 4. Maybe not so much on the PC. I don't think it really serves a purpose there. It could just be the same thing without the gravity. It would be just the same, and it would be just as fun. So I think the gravity stuff is more of a gimmick. I find the 7 different characters to be kind of lame and generic, especially when you look at Overwatch, where each of those characters are very unique, and that game has its own art style that separates itself from a game like this. When you see these characters in the distance, you don't know who they are, you don't necessarily know what their abilities are. I find the character design, I find the level design and the look of the level just to be kind of generic. And that's maybe not a negative for some people, and it's not supposed to be, but it's something I just kind of noticed. It was just a generic dude bro shooter. I also didn't really care for any of the game modes in particular. There's Blitzball, which there's a ball in the middle, and you got to pick it up and score, and the ball talks. You got to dunk it in your opponent's basket or whatever. There's one where you get a battery and bring it back to your base to charge it. There's another one where it's like territories, and when you capture one, it's locked out, and there's the first to 16 wins. I didn't really particularly care for any of those game types, so there's that. And some of the dialogue in the game is just straight up cringy, straight from the 90s, when your character would say, "Oh, I smell, you know, perfume or whatever." Like I just didn't really care for a lot of that stuff. Now, thankfully, the fact that the game is fun outweighs the little bit of criticism I do have about the game. So there is that. Now, will I be picking this game up when it launches on August 8th for the PS4? No. I don't think I will be. And there's nothing to do with the quality of the game. It's more to do with the fact that I don't really have a large friend base on the PS4 to play it with. And because this is a multiplayer shooter, you got to play it with your friends. All my friends that I play multiplayer games with are on Xbox. So if the question was, if this game was on Xbox as well, would you play it day one? I would say, hell yeah, I would drop $30 on this game. I think that's a good price for it because I know I'd have the people to play it with on the Xbox. So as of right now, I don't have any plans to pick this game up on August 8th. I'm going to play Hellblade instead, but I would play it if it came to the Xbox. And that leads to the other question that people wanted me to answer when I tweeted out I was playing this game, is that, is the Xbox missing out on not having LawBreakers on this platform? And I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to also say no, and I'm going to explain my answers here right now. Yes, Xbox is missing out by the simple fact of this. You never want games to not come to your platform. It's not a good look when Persona 5 doesn't come, or Nier Automata, things like that. You want as many games as possible to come to your platform, and it's never a good thing when they don't. So in that regard, yes, it's a bad thing it's not coming to Xbox, and Xbox is missing out. This game would do extremely well, and Xbox fans would like this game. This is a shooter. People love shooters on Xbox. Hell, it's basically, like I just called it, a dude bro shooter. I think Xbox fans would really enjoy this game. But also no, I don't think they're missing out, because at the end of the day, this game isn't unique enough, and it's not anything special. It's kind of what I said before. It's just generic fun, a fun game to play with your friends, but a generic game all the same. It's not a system seller that a lot of people, maybe claim it to be. It's a fun, competent shooter with some interesting mechanics, although gimmicky. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on if Xbox is missing on it. Yes and no. I mean, if the trade-off is LawBreakers or PUBG, I think PUBG is more of a system seller than LawBreakers. Now, of course, things may change. Maybe if I have people to play it with on PlayStation, I do decide to pick it up. But as of right now, the answer is no. So it's going to be interesting to see if this game really takes off. We are in August. It does have a good release date. Fortnite took off. And I think maybe LawBreakers can too. There's enough fun and enjoyment here that I think people might enjoy the game. But anyways, guys, those are my kind of quick impressions, my thoughts about LawBreakers. If you enjoyed the video, well, you know what to do. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see everybody in the next one. Later.